Alright, we have auto rigs tied down south of Abbeville on the main line. Not much trains, all the signals are red. I'm going to try to get out and do some more exploring and stuff. Alright, thank y'all. Alright, red signals northbound, red over red on the main line, red over red on the side. I'm going to keep walking north. I got about 4 mile hike I'm going on, 4 miles out, 4 miles back. This will be the 5th time I've walked this and tried to film it, but I had problems last time because my camera was so full of videos that it didn't cooperate. So I'm going to try to do it again, maybe not take so much videos, but just to show what's going on, y'all. What we got north of town. The railroad crossings and the bridges over the rivers and stuff. I'm going to walk out the long cane trestle. Got a couple highway crossings I'm going to show you, so you know where they're coming when I hear the train horn blow. It's coming northbound. I'm coming south out of Greenwood into Abbeville. Alright, thank y'all. Alright, red, red, red. This is the southbound signal at the north end. We got nothing coming out of Greenwood, y'all. Alright, thank you. Alright, that's looking south. We got red over red over red. This is looking back towards Greenwood, looking back towards South Main Street in Abbeville. I'm going to get videos of it and map this out for y'all. Alright, thank you. Alright, this is Abbeville Mills. This is a side view of the place. That tower is an elevator tower. And the buildings that are closest to us are the dye houses stuff. All that steam's coming out. When they dye the clothes, they got to dry them out. That's what all that steam is. And all them boxes underneath it get the chemicals out of the steam so it's not dirty. Alright, the big chimney is for the coal fired. They still get in 2 or 3 truckloads of coal every year so they can keep that running, but I imagine most of this is coming from electricity or gas. That's the other elevator. I used to work in that one a lot because I had to go up and get beams and stuff that they roll the cloth on and bring them down to the weave room and stuff like that so they could use them, put them on the looms. And, well, not beams of cloth, beams of thread, and the beams to take up the cloth when they emptied the looms out. Alright, this place was built back in the early 1900s or the late 1800s. A Milliken mill. Alright, thank y'all. I'm going to get some pictures of where the where the train tracks come out of it and keep doing what I'm doing. Alright, thank you. Alright, this is the backside of Abbeville Mills. And you would have had 2 tracks go down there. I don't know if you can see that concrete down there. That's a ramp. And one track, the tracks would have come off the top of that hill. If you can see that church, how high it is, and you can see the grass in front of it, that's the railroad right away. Right up through there. You might be able to, let me expand it up a little bit. Alright, you can barely see right straight up there the grass. The ballast from the track. So this is a steep climb. They would have used a couple of engines just to pull one car out. And they would have run them down there to the concrete ramp. They would park one beside it, and that would be a boxcar, and they could load it with a forklift. And then where they would run one up the ramp. Let me see if I can get this right. Right over there, one would ride on top of the ramp and would go out. Let me shrink this up now. he would go through the mill and swing around the back side of it, and that would carry the coal down to the boiler and stuff. And I've actually rode trains out through there, switches. They wouldn't carry too much. Like I said, there's a big old steep hill up this way, and they would have had to climb that hill all the way up to the railroad track. And you see it goes up right to where that driveway is, next to that pink church building. And climb all the way up that hill. It would be 1 or 2 locomotives just to carry one car up the hill, one car down the hill. The locomotives back then would have been GP7s and 9s, and maybe even F units. Of course, I've never seen them switch with F units out here, but I know they had them in the early days, and that could have been some of the equipment that they used. Of course, they would have used steam engines too back in the steam days, but I wasn't here for that, so I don't know what they would have done. All right, thank y'all. That's a church somebody made out of a gas station. I remember when it was a gas station, I used to come down here and get soda pops. But there's the bridge over South Main Street. Now I'll get up close and I'll talk about that bridge, because that's kind of a hero in this town. This bridge is undefeated in 30 fights. I think it's been at least 20 or 30 trucks have come down here and hit that bridge, and it's still there. It wins. All right, thank you. All right, here we are at the bridge. You can see all the scratches up there on that yellow banner. That's where they hit them. They'll come up through here and hit it, and it'll lean it over this way. So that's why you got those scratches on the bridge up there. Anybody hits that bridge, it usually knocks them over on the side if it doesn't tear your box up on the truck or whatever. First one I ever seen that peeled the top off the truck. It didn't knock it over, but tore up a bunch of beer cans and stuff. All old concrete. I don't know the age of the bridge. I don't see any build date on or anything. But the same thing over here. Trucks coming down the hill, you can see the scratches in the road. And you see scratches on the bridge where they would hit the bridge and then get knocked over that way. You know, it would lay them over and stuff. All right, thank y'all. All right. All right, looking north from South Main Street, there's the bridge. We see got red over red signals. All right, you see that road coming out down there? The railroad tracks would have come across up the hill over here and would have tied into the main line up there past that curve probably. I'm not exactly sure. It's been a long time. I got up there and looked, and I didn't see where the right-of-way was. I'll go look and see. All right, thank you. That is one of my favorite churches in town. It doesn't have a penis on the roof, and I mean a steeple. But really what that is, all steeples are obelisks, and obelisks represent the penis of Osiris, which was an Egyptian god. So our churches shouldn't have penises on their roof. All right, thank y'all. But anyway, the high-level architects understand that steeples are penises. That's what they classify them as. All right, thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's Long Cane right there. And that's what Abbeville was covered in when the first settlers came here from Britain, when this used to be British territory. But there weren't trees around. It was long cane. So they could drive through that easy enough, I guess. And it's easy enough to chop down to clear your land to do your farming and stuff. I assume they might have had a few trees around here, but South Carolina was coming out of being a desert. So wasn't too many trees, wasn't too many Indians or anything. There were some along the Savannah River, you have Maya Indians over in Georgia that came out of Mexico and stuff. They were up here to get the green clay that they used in their artwork down in Mexico and South America. Alright, there's a guy over in Elberton. He got a channel called People Love the Fire, and they talk about all that stuff. Alright, thank you. Alright, there's some buildings over there. There's what left of the old sht plant that they took down. And the people on the property now mine gold, but they're not doing it there. That's just where they store their equipment at. But anyway, it used to be the sht plant was over here. And some of that brickwork is what's left of the sht plant. And some of that metal work over there, that's newer stuff that was added later on. Alright, and we're over a big old creek right now. So we're up on a big field. We're probably about 80 feet up from the ground down there. But anyway, they tell me, some of the old guys tell me that they come out here and bury switch lanterns and stuff down underneath the dirt in here. And back when I was a young kid, the top of the hill was right about there and it went down. But now you see they added that much dirt to it. So it's well buried now. Back when they first told me about it, it wasn't quite this full, but they've been dumping dirt down here for years to make this way bigger. You know, if you got a train derail, you don't want it going down the hill. You want to kind of stay up here in the ballast and stuff. All right, thank you. And I walked down in that creek down there. You can see a little bit of the water from it. It goes off in that direction, but there's no dam. And you can see where they had a pit in there for a turbine and stuff. So they were making electricity in this creek for this mill, I bet. All right, thank y'all. All right, and this is where the driveway to the sht plant would have been. And I'm looking off over in that direction. All right, we got an old fire hydrant, and we got two posts there that has tell you how much water you use, and you got the handle, you got the little knob on top. You turn it with a wrench to turn your water on and off, and that would have been supplying water to the sht plant. But this sht plant, what people in Abbeville don't really understand, was an old furniture factory that was built back in the late 1800s or early 1900s over here. And nobody knew where it was, but I came walking down through here one day and took pictures, and I could look on the pictures and I could tell the sign, the original sign on the building was Abbeville Furniture Manufacturer. But anyway, this place would have had a railroad track come out of it back when it was a furniture factory, not when it was a sht plant. It would come off down there probably in that curve and run up through here to supply wood and stuff to that furniture factory and to ship the furniture out. I've never seen any of that furniture, so I don't know anything about it. There's some of their equipment over there. Campers and dump trucks and stuff like that they use for gold mining. Alright, thank y'all. And we're going to see a lot of this activity. These are boloids. These are big rocks that washed down off the Appalachian Mountains during Noah's flood. And they're all over Abbeville, South Carolina, even up to North Carolina. I see them up there. Little piles of them, big ones and stuff like that. Alright, thank y'all. That looks like old ties and stuff where that railroad track would have come out through here. Come out and out. Got on the rails here. Still some ties left over from those days. Alright, thank you. And you see all that trash down there, beer cans and stuff. I thought it might have been a hobo camp, but hobos wouldn't have been getting off the train down here. Got another boloid over there. One of them big rocks. And you'll see them all over South Carolina like that. All right, thank you. Another big boloid. So they're just sitting on the ground. They're not coming out of the ground. I mean, they might have sunk in a little bit, but all these big rocks, they're just laying on top. The red clay, they say, came from a volcano down in Mexico. And that was under the flood waters. And then when the flood waters started receding, and the guy said he rose the mountains up and lowered the valleys, and all the rain run off. And that's when the boulders come washing over the top of the Appalachian. The water came washing over the top of the Appalachian Mountain and washing these boulders down here. Alright. There's some more over there. This is a 439, so we're 1 mile south of the depot, y'all. Alright, thank you. Now I can't tell where it is today, but they say there was a road. It came up there from the shirt plant direction down through here on the right hand side of the railroad tracks and came on down. I'll show you where it came to in a little bit. Some more boloids there. Got big ones sitting up there on top of the ground. Hard to see it through the leaves and stuff. Right there. And then you got these massive ones sitting out here. And look, they're broken. They tumbled all the way down here from the top of the mountain and they got laid here and now they're broken. Alright, thank you. All them boloids I've been showing, they're not coming out of the ground, they're sitting on top of it. In other words, there's no connection to the mantle or nothing like that. Alright, thank you. That is a whole line of boloids piled up over there. If you can see the valleys on the other side, so I assume this would have been the high embankment for it. I don't know. Water been running down through here and dropping them rocks off. Alright, thank y'all. Yeah, they're even over there too. That's the whistle post coming up for this driveway up here, I'm calling it. I don't think it's got a road name. I don't think it's a road. But cars come off Secession, which runs parallel to us, cross over up there, and then there's that other road I was talking about that went back to the shirt plant. It goes to 2 trailers or 2 houses down through there. And that's what it's used for today. Alright, thank you. Alright, more boloids. Now the ballast is when they come through here with that ballast cleaner and it scrapes the ballast up. You can see the boloids all down through there. But anyway, that ballast up there was set out by the ballast cleaner when it came down here. That train that's got the big wheels, and it'll scrape the rock up, it'll dig it up, run it through the machine, clean it out, and then it puts the tailing piles up there. That's where all that came from. I run that through here. I've seen it earlier, I filmed it, so you might be able to go through my videos and see some of it. See rocks, even sitting up on top of the hill up there, big pile of these rocks. All from the Appalachian Mountains. That's why they think the Appalachian Mountains are older than the Rocky Mountains, because they got the water ran over the top of them and kind of cleaned them up and shortened them up a little bit. Well, you notice the railroad didn't have too much problem with these. I don't see where they've been blasting or breaking or nothing. All that looks like unharmed rock. That looks like a little cool place. Alright, thank you. Alright, that's a concrete base from an old signal, and you got a couple of boloids over there to the left. Got some boloids down here. That's looking back towards Abbeville, y'all. Alright, thank you. Straight ahead. We got a railroad crossing up here. Got curb greaser too. I'm going to show you that. That looks like where the road might have come to right down there. Down at the bottom of the tracks and just run up through there with that yellow grass down there. That's the road that came from the shirt plant down this way. And the reason I'm interested in tracking that out is because they got a bridge across the creek. And that would have come off of this road down here. I'll show you that here in a little bit. I'm trying to track this road out where it came from for that bridge. And that's the only thing I'm thinking of because it doesn't have anything to do with Secession. Secession, they come through and built a new bridge and everything. And that road over there to the left is Secession. And it comes down beside me over here on the front of that trailer there. Alright, thank y'all. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's a flange lubricator. Nope, that's a curb greaser. Flange lubricators on locomotives lubricating the flanges. These put grease on the side of the rail. I don't know if you can see it on the bottom there. But it's got grease all over the place. And that's the emitters. And that's the box right there that has the grease in it. And it picks up solar power. And you got a switch down here. I don't want to get it in the grease no way. Train goes over that, mashes it down, and sends a message to that box to put grease out here. And they put the grease out, and whenever a train comes by here, it puts the grease all over the flange and stuff. And that lubricates that curve down there. And that curve up there, and even all the way to the top of the hill, because when you go through Abbeville, the flanges don't squeal so much going through the switch. Alright, I got 4 buzzards all sitting down on the railroad track. Let me zoom it in, maybe y'all can see them. Got 4 buzzards down there, 2 on the railroad track, and 2 on the ballast to the left. Alright, thank y'all. CSX Main, this is the SG subdivision. I assume that's South Carolina and Georgia tract that come out of Monroe, North Carolina. Alright, thank you. Actually, it's 7 buzzards down through there. I count even more, y'all. Alright, thank y'all. Alright, I think right down through here would have been your road. And up there is a fence to a cow pasture that comes off the road. But the road would have come up and went up, and then you got a couple of houses over there it went to. Then it would have went on down and crossed under the railroad track or went over the railroad track. I'm not sure. I don't never see a bridge down there. And it doesn't look like it's high enough to build a bridge down there, but you got a couple of houses down through there. You got a trailer there and you got a house down there. That's a friend of mine's house. Alright, thank you. All the buzzards flying off. That's what they're eating. It looks like a deer that hit by a train. Looks like they got a little deer path going over the railroad tracks there. They're all up there in that tree over there now. Alright, thank you. Who's that old deer? It's stinking down this way. I hope I get out of it pretty soon. Alright, thank you. Alright, I'm down here at what we call Mud Creek, I think it is. And if you look over here, you'll see the old bridge. Looks like one of the support for it fell over. Broke off and fell over. But anyway, that is heading back that way and going up the hill, I guess, to go over the railroad tracks. I don't know. So that's why I was curious in that road and stuff, because I think that was the original road here before Secession. We got railroad bridge over there. I'm going to go over to it and show it to you. You can't see nothing now because of all the trees and stuff. Muddy Creek, y'all. And it looks like they got some sewer pipes and stuff down through there. I don't know. Drainage from something. There's no houses up there. I don't know what that's coming out of. I don't see any tracks down there. No deer, no rabbits, no squirrels, nothing. Alright, let me finish walking. Alright, Mud Creek Bridge. This is the bottom of the hill, y'all. You see it goes up the hill towards Abbeville. This is the bottom of the hill north of Abbeville where the trains start pulling the grade up. You can see old posts in the ground right there where it used to be, where they done some rework to this bridge and stuff. So there's the creek and there's the bridge. I've not seen any footprints down in here. No deer activity, no rabbits, no squirrels, nothing. Alright, thank y'all. Alright, that's the whistle post for the railroad crossing behind me on the other side of the bridge, the one over by the curb greaser. And also out here someplace used to be a signal that was named Monkey Den. And there's the whistle post. Alright, Monkey Den is down near the depot on the side of the hill. There was a little zoo down there, a monkey zoo or whatever like that. And they had cages full of monkeys back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. I guess because, you know, they just starting to explore Africa and stuff like that. And, you know, back in the days of Tarzan and stuff. So that was the excitement going on back then, was that monkey zoo. Well, the reason this signal got the name Monkey Den is there's a black man that lives out here. And when he first started working for the railroad, he was pointing out the Monkey Den to everybody, and they just hooked him with that nickname. So that became his nickname, was Monkey Den. Well, he lives over here, so that's why they named the signal after him. Anyway, we're going uphill, super elevated curve to the left, and then a super elevated curve to the right. Moderately super elevated. Yeah, 45 miles an hour, super elevated curves. Can you imagine that? But these curves are just so tight today. You got to do that to keep the trains on the tracks down through here. Alright, thank y'all. Alright, 438 mile post. That means we're 2 miles from the depot, which is at 440. Alright, thank y'all. The reason the numbers are getting lower is because this track was built from north to south. It come out of Monroe, North Carolina, built down to Abbeville. Alright, so that's why everything's numbered coming out of North Carolina, heading to Atlanta. Alright, thank you. Alright, this is another little creek that's coming underneath the railroad. You see all the rocks that got piled up around here, and they got culvert. It's coming in from that direction. But the funny thing is, when you get over on Secession, there is no bridge over there for this creek. It might go under in a culvert, and I just never knew that. But when you go down Secession, you don't see all these creeks like you do on the railroad track. All right, thank you. All right, there's no brake beam laying down here. Looks like they sawed it off or something. But anyway, you pull this pin out here, and that releases that brake shoe. Probably got hammered out or whatever's in there, but anyway, that's how they change brake shoes and stuff. Alright, thank y'all. Super elevated curve to the right, y'all. Alright, thank you. Some more Mud Creek is heading over towards Long Cane. Flowing down through there. This is probably water from the last two. From the culvert and from the Mud Creek Bridge. Alright, thank y'all. Whole pile of boloids here. That whole hillside right there. Must have been one big rock or whatever came down here and fell apart, causing all this. I don't know. But like I said, it wasn't in the way of the railroad tracks. They didn't touch none of that. They just dug dirt away, and that stuff might start sliding down the mountain once they start digging the mountainside back. Alright, thank you. Alright, y'all, these tracks still going up the hill. They go all the way up till they get to Secession. That'll be the top of the hill up there. Alright, thank y'all. Alright, you see the little rail clips down there? Right there. And right there. What those do is when the sun hits the rail and it wants to expand, well, they don't want to expand and pushing this curve out of place. They don't want the track to get longer. So what that does is that grips it and it makes it grow taller. So it still expands, but it's getting taller. Alright, thank y'all. I got one coming across the Secession now. You hear the train horn blowing up there. He'll be coming around that corner at the top of the hill in a little bit. Blowing at Secession. Let me zoom it in a little bit. Get them closer up there. I don't know why it looks so smoky up there. That might be fog or something from this rain we just had. So he's past Secession, so he's coming on. He'll be rolling down here, y'all. He'll be going in dynamic brakes, I bet. There he is, coming around the corner. I can't tell what type of train it is. It might be a manifest, I don't know. That's what it looks like. Sound like it's still pulling. Don't sound like dynamic brakes. add some throttle to it, y'all. Going downhill around the corner. Super elevated curve. Well, that was not too super elevated. Alright, thank y'all. Alright, we got a meter base and power lines out here. And if you look down there on the ground, you can see a signal mast. And I assume this used to be a signal station in here. But I don't know where the base of it was, but there's the pole down there and there's the power for it. Alright, thank y'all. I keep running across these white ties. I assume they give them distance on the track or they're marking locations on the track. I don't know, they seem like they're a good mile apart every time I see one. It seems like it's close to a milepost marker, but I don't see one out this way now. All right, thank you. All right, there's another white tie right there. And the other one's probably only a couple of 100 feet behind me, so I don't know what they're doing marking with this. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Got a 60 cycle hum or a buzz or whatever you want to call it. I see some white buildings and stuff over there. It sounds to me like a planer running, but I don't ever hear them putting any wood in it. But I mean, it runs all day long. I don't ever hear them loading it up or anything. Just that noise. I don't know whether that's an air conditioner or a pump or what. All that white over in there, buildings and stuff, it looks like to me. Alright, thank y'all. I can't ever see it better than that, nowhere. Alright, there's a roof over there, but I don't know whether that's in the building or whether it's out in the yard, in the garden, or what. I don't know what's going on. Thank y'all. Hope you're having fun. God bless y'all. Alright, another white tie, and the other one's just right back down there. I mean, so these ain't measuring out miles with these. I don't know what they are, but I have seen a bunch of them lining up with a milepost, so I assume they were. I don't know. Can you hear that? Alright, thank you. Alright, see the grooves in the rail where they had a derailment all the way down through there? And they must have, because there's a pile of rocks down there where they've been working on the tracks. They must have derailed it down there. I didn't know anything about. All right, we're at the 437 mile post now. 37, 38, 39, 40. So we're 3 miles from the depot, y'all. All right, thank y'all. Better view of it. 437. All right, I'm gonna keep walking. Thank you. All right, another white tie, and like I said, it's near the milepost marker. This one is. So I don't know. Is that measuring out milepost for the track gang or what? I don't know. There's a little swamp. That little creek runs through a swamp, but I think that might be made by mud buggies down there. I don't know, because when I looked at it, came through here a couple of weeks ago filming, it didn't look like it was any green vegetation down there. It looked like it was all tore up by four-wheelers and stuff like that. I'm not sure what's up down there, but I hear geese down there too. All right, thank you. I hope you're enjoying this. There's some more of it. And it's full of water today. Usually it's lower, because that's not a creek going through there. They actually got a divider between all that and the creek. But you see all that red clay down there, if you can see it. Makes me think that's a four-wheel drive swamp down there. I'm not sure. All right, thank you. All right, whistle post for Secession. Over the hill, around the corner. All right, thank you. Hope you're enjoying this. All right, this is Secession crossing. And that's 4364 signal. And over this, those are mileposts. It's 436 miles from Monroe. 436.4 miles from Monroe. Over there in those trees would have been a pulpwood yard about 30 years ago, so those trees aren't that old. And over here to the right was an old hay field. I used to come over here and help them get the hay up out of that field. And that was about 30 years ago or whatever, maybe less than that. But those trees are growing on up real quick. Well, I would say that's probably about 40 years ago. Probably longer than that. Probably about 50, maybe 60 years ago. Well, not quite 60, but probably a good 40 years ago. And we got new asphalts on the road, but no names written on them like they usually write. That'd be CSX Mainline SG. So that's SG 436. South Carolina, Georgia 46. Alright, and on this side you got green, a yellow, and a red. And on this side, now these are intermediate signals, so they don't stay lit up all the time. And not lit up, but you would have had a red at the top, a yellow, and a green. And then you would have come down, you would have had another yellow and a red at the bottom. The two yellows, they will light up to make a advanced signal for a yellow light. If they get a yellow light in Abbeville, they'll have two yellow lights here. This will be an advanced approach for oh, come on, let me cut this off and think about it. Alright, anyway, if they get an approach signal in Abbeville, this will be an advanced approach. It'll be a yellow over yellow, let them know that they got a yellow when they get to Abbeville. Alright, thank you. If it's not a yellow, if it's a green, then this will just be a green over red here when they light it up. Alright, thank you. Now this Pulpwood yard would have been shut down in the 70s, so that's why it's all growed up now. Alright, thank you. They have spring clips along through here. Just on the left side. You don't see them on the right side, but all the way up through there, spring clips on the left. All right, thank you. All right, I found a spring clip on the ground. Looks like it came out of this one. If I had a hammer, I'd kick it in there better, but that was it. All right, thank you. Pulpwood land belongs to a friend of mine's family. And they got posted because everybody likes going out there looking for arrowheads, and that's a good place to find arrowheads out there because it's near the Long Cane River. So there would have been a lot of activity, and we got another milepost marker coming up. All right, thank you. All right, I assume the switch for the yard would have been long up in here, and it would have shot down through that way through the woods into the wood yard down there. All right, thank y'all. All right, 436 milepost. So that's 436, 437, 38, 39, 40. So we're 4 miles from Abbeville. All right, thank y'all. All right, we got a transformer up there and another meter base down there. It used to be a signal sat here, I believe. This is power for it. I'll get down there and I'll find the base of the signal up here, I think. Meter base for the power for the signal. And you can see the base for it down there, the concrete that they used to put the signal on. All right, I'll get closer. All right, all this would have been stuck down in the ground. They would have stuck a signal on top of it. All right, thank you. I don't know where it would have been, but someplace close by for that power pole to give it power. All right, thank you. Piece of a rail laying down through there. So you see that culvert over there? And it's got a brick, concrete. I mean, not concrete. It's got stones piled up over here, cemented together. I wonder if they were trying to build a bridge across this little creek here. I don't know. They got some scrap metal over there too. I can't see them building the road out this way. Got some window trash over there. Broken windows. I don't know who brought all this down here or who did this. Had to be years ago because they're using stone. They didn't use concrete. All right, thank y'all. All right, Super 8 elevated curve going to the left. Just be going across Long Cane around the corner. All right, thank y'all. That looks like a bumper from a car. They might have hit one at the crossing back here that direction and drug it down here. I don't know how it got down here. All right, thank y'all. Real bad super elevated curve. 45-mile-an-hour track, super elevated curves. Isn't that kind of silly? But I guess they're so tight curves that they got to super elevate them just to keep them on the tracks at 45. All right, thank y'all. And that's Long Cane Bridge up ahead. All right, up ahead of us is Long Cane Bridge. It goes over Long Cane River. And then at the end of the track down there, where it goes up and goes around the corner, and you can see the ballast kind of spread out at the top of the hill. That's Muckaway Road up there. That's Forest Service Road, so we're coming into something National Forest. All right, the reason I'm just now seeing this, hold on. We got rail here coming out of the wood yard. Still got tires and stuff laying out through here. So it looks like it's pushed over from here, so it must have been coming up and going that way, but they done shoved these over. But they went in down there probably. Alright, so this is the wood yard lead. No ballast. Still got rail. And these are 4-hole joint bars for the rails. And this would have been your pulpwood track heading off into the yard, which would have been way up in that direction, but I guess I had to get the track over there somehow. It has to go downhill, it looks like. I don't know. I don't see any more of that rail out there. If I see any more, I'll take pictures. Look, we got trees growing up between the rails, so those are probably 30 or 40-year-old trees there. So they still got rail out here. I thought they took the rails up. They just disconnected it from the main line. Got some asphalt down here and some on the other side. So this would be where they loaded the cars up, y'all. Four bolt joint bars. This was the old pulpwood yard out here, the north end pulpwood yard. We have one on the south of town, one on the north of town. Is that the end of the track there? I don't know. No, it's still going across. It's just buried in the grass. All the way down through here. Got a pile of trash over there. So when I was a kid, there wouldn't have been no trees out here in this yard. Not like what you see today. I wonder if they got bumping posts at the end down here. They got red going down. Let me look. If you can see it, right over there is the rails, and they got pile of stuff right here, so this must have been the block to keep anything from running off the rails and stuff. Alright, so that's the end of the line this way for the pulpwood yard. Alright, thank you.